I'm Nancy Tartaglione, international box office editor and senior contributor at Deadline. And today I am here with probably the most multi-hyphenate that is at the Red Sea Festival, Eva Longoria.
How are you?
I am well, thank you. Thank you for being with us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Sure, it's a pleasure. Have you been here before? Have you spent time
Not to
here?
Jeddah.
Okay.
No. I've seen this festival grow over the years, and I've always wanted to come to the Red Sea. I mean,
Right.
my son wanted to know if the Red Sea was red, and so yeah, I've been wanting to come for a while. I've seen this festival really curate an international presence among filmmakers that is really beautiful to watch. I mean, last night I gave an award to Amir Khan,
Right.
who's one of my favorite Bollywood actors, one of my favorite actors, but one of the first movies I ever saw. The first time I saw India was a movie of his, and I was
Okay.
like, I want to go there.
Right.
That looks amazing. And my friend Mona Zika got an award last night. She's Egyptian actress.
Okay.
We do L'Oreal together. So it's just been so fun to kind of connect with my friends from the region, be able to celebrate them, their work. So much talent is growing out of
Mm.
this region. So it's nice to see their work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any kind of projects or plans to work with
It's so funny. Amir and I were supposed to do a movie together,
right?
and last year, and he didn't end up doing it. I did it, and we were talking because we were both on the plane here, and we were talking like we got to find another one. I would love to work with Mona. She's such a fabulous actress. Also, Asim Amran. She's a
Mhm.
Saudi actress that I've known through L'Oreal
Right.
as well, and her film opened last night. And
Right.
so, yeah, there's so many actors that I think. We don't really get to see much of their work because it either doesn't travel or people haven't been here, and
Yeah.
so it's nice to be able to see all of this global storytelling.
Yeah, it's a great showcase
Yeah.
for that
Mm-hmm.
indeed. Um, when you talk about wanting to, like to get back, try to do a project, try
Mm-hmm.
to get another project off the ground with Amir, or do something with Mona and whatnot. I guess my simple question, and I saw you, taking pictures and having all this, stuff to do today
Yeah.
here, and attending the thing last night, but just in general, um, wanting to work on having ambitions and desires to do, this project or try to find a way
Mm-hmm.
to do that project. Just when do you ever have the time?
Yeah.
How does your brain even think? You are
I
so
know
incredibly busy.
it's so interesting because I've always been a producer director that fell into acting.
Right.
Like when I moved to Hollywood, I was a PA, I was an AD,
Right.
I produced live events, I produced shows at the Improv, I would book comics, I would watch tapes. I really loved putting projects together. And then my acting took off, and then when I was on Housewives, I really used that as my film school
Right.
to learn everything. And I knew I wanted to do more and be a hyphenate, not stay in one lane.
Right.
And so started directing and producing, and now the majority of my time is doing that. But my true passion is doing all three. I like to produce and direct what I'm acting in,
Right.
because I like to have control of the final product, and also I like to create opportunities, and I like to create my next
Sure.
opportunity.
Sure.
I don't really like to wait around and see like, oh, what's on the casting agenda,
Right. Right. Right.
but yeah, I enjoy it, and I think women are natural multi hyphenates. Women
Sure.
are natural multitaskers.
Sure.
We juggle so much in our life now.
Yeah.
But and also to go back to your question, I love working in the international sandbox.
Okay.
I really, I've been working and living in Spain the last 2 years.
Right.
And it's been really so much fun to hop over to London, to hop over to
Yeah.
France, just to be in a different sandbox of talent as well. DPs, crew members, production designers, be introduced to different aesthetics has been a wonderful experience. And of course, actors, but you know, just the overall collaboration. I like the international feel of that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it is quite accessible. You're right. I mean, I've been in Europe for more than 30 years now,
Yeah,
and it's just so easy to go from one place to
yeah.
the next, and then to kind of uh, discover the different creative communities.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um,
And I was shooting the last 2 years in Catalunya, which is in
mhm,
the north of Spain. In the north of Spain, and then I have a house in the south of Spain. But even like and I just did Searching for Spain, which I've
right,
traveled all through Spain, and
right,
so I've been working abroad for years, and I've been exposed to amazing directors and amazing um, producers. When I did Searching for Spain,
mm,
we had all female producers and all female directors,
right,
and it was like, this is amazing. Like, look at the talent that we can tap into and
sure.
use. Where in Hollywood we still have such a lack of female representation behind the camera.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, and yet you seem to be doing a lot, about that, or
Trying.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Trying, and it's like the talent's there.
Right,
It's not like we need to build the pipeline of
right,
women. No, it's there. We just
right,
need the opportunities.
right.
Yeah.
Um, what is the next thing that you're doing? Because again,
Yeah.
I mean, there's like a lot.
I know.
There's a Hulu series, right?
I did Murders in the Building.
No, no, no,
Oh.
not. I will talk about that after. But coming up, Confessions on the
Well,
this.
yes, I'm directing
You're
and producing
directing
that.
the
Yes. We
pilot of
have
that, or
it's still piece of development,
okay,
but we're at the finish line. Scripts are being turned in now. It's starring Jessica Alba, written
right,
by Charisse Castro. It's
right. It's another
fantastic.
female.
A
Yeah,
whole female team,
right,
and I'm directing it, and so it's based on a book, Confessions on the 745, psychological thriller. Really interesting role for Jessica. I'm so eager to see her dive into that. The writing is propulsive. You just want to see the next episode, the next episode, the next episode, and so I also think TV's at its greatest right now. I mean, or maybe you call it short form. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because it is streaming, and it's like, well,
yeah,
okay. So, but I just think the talent is just the bar has been raised in television.
right.
The quality of television that we're doing today is pretty extraordinary,
Sure, and the talent that's there. I mean, even
and all the talent that's
the
come
yeah,
come to the dark side.
exactly.
Because I come from TV. I consider myself, I love TV. When I directed my first feature last year, Flaming Hot,
Hot,
it
yeah.
was a gift, and it was so fun to dive into this story, tell this story, and then walk away
Right.
and never see it again. And I'm like, wow, that's so weird. Because in television, we stay with characters
Yeah.
for years.
Yeah.
We have to think of new arcs, and we
Right.
stay with this setting, and we stay with this world for so long that it was so odd to let go of that, Richard Montañez and Flaming Hot, because I
Right.
was like, well, that's it. I just turn it over
Right.
and
Right.
that's it. Like, it was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and yet you're going to keep doing that.
Yes,
I
yes,
mean,
yes. I have
it's
just so
not
many stories to tell. There's so many
right.
stories I want to
And again,
tell.
I don't think there's enough hours in the day. I
I
just don't know
know.
how you do it.
I know. I am looking for my next directing project. I've been blessed to read so many scripts and be sent so many scripts, and I just haven't read something that has called my attention as fiercely as Flaming Hot did. It
Right.
said something. It was a world I knew. It was a world I wanted to be
Really fun
in.
movie.
It was a world I wanted
Yeah.
to show the rest of the world, and
Right.
it was fun and
Yeah.
energetic, and it was great. And so as I'm reading these other things, I'm like, oh, should I feel as excited about my next thing as I did about Flaming Heart, or was that just because it was my first thing? And my directing agent's like, you need to feel that way
Right.
about your next thing, and especially as a film, you spend so much
I
time
was
with
going to
it.
say it's a commitment.
It's
Yeah.
a long road,
Yeah.
but we have a lot in development.
Yeah.
But after Flaming Hot, I kind of took a break and went went hard back into acting. I did Murders in the Building.
Right.
I did a movie with Eddie Murphy. I have a movie coming out for Disney Plus, Alexander.
Yeah, no
And
good,
it
horrible.
it's
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Alexander and the Horrible, Very Bad, Terrible
No good.
Day
Yeah.
series franchise.
Yeah.
It's really fun movie. So I kind of like just went a year straight of acting and searching for Spain. So I've just been in front of the camera the last year, but now I'm like, okay, I got to get behind the camera.
Ready
I'm
to get back
itching,
behind. Yeah.
itching to get back into the saddle.
Right. Just tell us, how fun was Only Murders?
Oh my gosh. Not only was it so fun, it was like going to work every day. I kept pinching myself because I'd walk in and there's Meryl Streep, on set in the green room with me, and Zach Galifianakis and Eugene Levy and Paul Rudd and Melissa McCarthy. And every day was like another person. I'm like, you're on this show too? Like who isn't on this show? And then of course Steve and Marty, who are comedic geniuses, and to play Selena or Mabel in the
Yeah.
movie. I mean, it was just so far out there that it was so much fun.
It just looked like
It
everybody
was
was having a
it was
having a
really a lot
ball.
of fun. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
something you
And
would.
to shoot in New York, I've never shot in New York.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so to be in New York and work, it was like,
Right.
oh my God, this is great.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. So,
Is that something you would do again?
1000%.
Okay.
I was like, please don't kill me
Right.
off. Like, I don't want to be murdered in Murders in the Building because I
Right.
want to come back.
Okay. Do we know if you're coming back?
Probably not, because I'm playing Eva Longoria, and I don't know how often Eva Longoria will be hanging out
Well,
at
you
the
never know. She
Arconian.
she could end up to be the murderer. you know?
Right?
There you
Wouldn't
go.
that be fun?
There's an idea. Eva, thank you so much. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
And continued success.
Thank you so much. Thanks.